everybody. Hope you enjoyed that brief break from breaking pegs, but it is time to break pegs once again, I assume, with this Peggle Fevers run from Polypies. Now, the schedule I have in front of me does say blind run for the category, but there's some very concerning quotation marks around the word blind. So, Polly, whenever you're ready to take it away, if you would like to explain to us why there are quotation marks there, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, hello everyone. The reason why I put quotations around blind is technically I have seen maybe 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay just from checking in on people's streams, but I definitely have not played the game myself or opened it. And so anyway, I'll introduce myself. I'm Polypies. I'm a top Peggle Deluxe speedrunner. Pretty much that's the only game I play. So me playing other Peggle games pretty rare. So this is certainly a different event for me. Mannequin, are you here?
Yep. Hi. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mannequin. I'm going to be doing co-commentary for Polypies' Blind Run. I have a little bit more experience with Fevers, but still admittedly not that much. I've done one full run about like a week ago of the full 60 levels that are in it, and I was there for the initial premiere of it, the four-way race that happened with Alice in Wonderland Games' marathon that she had done, so I know a bit more about it, and I'll explain to the best of my ability what I can recall off the top of my head about this very fun and very wild full mod of Peggle Knights.
Yeah, so what actually is Fevers? It's basically a fan-made full mod of Peggle Knights, so like basically a completely new Peggle game.
Right.
It was made by a bunch of people in the Peggle community. Well, that's about all I know.
Yeah, I'd like to essentially call it the spiritual Peggle 3 to a certain extent.
Yeah,
or like
Peggle
an
3.
official new version of the original Peggle Deluxe. So yeah, I think whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
Should be good to
shouldn't
go.
be too many. There's not really any tech or strats or anything because the blind runs. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so first up we have the classic beginner master. We have Bjorn. This first set of levels is, I'm just gonna say a very
Bjorn,
interesting
but
one, but
headphones,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
What, like, what is?
Yeah.
Okay. So I see we have
Sorry, I got a button real quick to ask Polypies to turn on his
I feel like it's
game
very
audio.
fitting for him to be like one of the first people that you see in this like fan-made Peggle series.
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry to interrupt y'all. Polypies, could you turn on your game audio? Then you can continue. Thank you.
Wait, it's my game audio. My game audio should be on.
I can hear it on my end, but
I hear it through the Discord. Maybe it's not on in... Oh no, because capture is coming through the Discord, so yeah, I hear it.
Are you hearing sound effects? Because I'm hearing sound effects and not the actual game music.
Oh, yes, I do not hear music.
Sorry, that's what I mean.
Oh, you mean the music? Oh, yeah, there's music. Wait.
Alrighty, there we go.
You may have gotten a room of 3 people who speedrun without
lost.
music on.
Yeah, I don't either. So, like, I get it. Anyways, bye!
Okay, anyway.
So yeah, this is a pretty standard opening level, like no moving pegs or anything like that. Just a nice, pretty easy layout to get the feel of the game right away. And then...
Whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
Really phenomenal art.
Is this Ella the Elephant?
Yes, I believe so, and along with Huey and Zed Frog, of course. I like that the mod started with a lot of like heavy-hitting like characters in the Peggle community's lore. We also saw Claude in the previous... Oh, I never noticed this. Oh, your stream just closed. But wait,
We lost them all together. Oh,
What?
he's returned.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm back. Okay.
Discord is a fully functional application 24/7.
Yep. Okay.
Can you restart your Discord share?
Okay.
Hey,
I hear it.
that's
Okay, there we go. It's
beautiful.
back up for me.
Hopefully that one. Okay.
Anyways, I just now noticed, I didn't see it the one time that I played through or during the race, that there's a couple of Geralds as well, which is a nice detail. And I believe that Huey is doing the Sans Undertale eye, if I had to guess, the glowing blue eye. So that's also fun. Yeah, there's a lot of cool creative backgrounds throughout this entire thing. Is another great homage to the Peggle Battle Royale, the Battle of the Gods, I believe. I think that was the name of it. That was like right before I got into the community, so I only witnessed it and then couldn't quite
I see
remember
it.
the
Yeah,
exact
it's
title.
George against
Yeah.
Anaha.
Yeah. And I believe, if anybody would want to correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's... I'm not sure about the bottom left. I wanted to say that initially that was the chat, because that's always a meme in the DuckDuck community. But yeah, there's a lot of really fun details in the backgrounds of a lot of these levels. And I feel like, for the most part, all of the levels themselves, like where the pegs are positioned and everything, they're very well designed. Like, a lot of them feel like genuine, like, official levels. What do you think of it so far?
I really like the backgrounds. The levels pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. They're pretty standard layouts so far, I would say.
Yeah.
They've all
Pretty
been...
dense,
Yeah.
which I kind of like actually. Yeah. Pretty challenging. With just beyond the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose if we have any messages or any announcements to make, now would be a really good time while we finish up this Bjorn level and the following one.
Absolutely. I've always got stuff to talk about. We are currently sitting at $207.44 for the American Civil Liberties Union, which is incredible, unbelievably generous, over 50% of our goal. But there's no reason we have to stop there, because if we just get up to $225, we're going to get that bonus fast forward full clears and a secret new incentive. And I know it seems like you have all the time in the world, but you only have until Polypies is done. And that's just this, and then a speed run. So
Yeah.
it's coming up faster than you'd think.
Yeah. Definitely. This might be one of my favorite backgrounds in the entire
Yeah.
pack. It's just like this word gets thrown around all the time, but it's like a iconic moment in the Peggle speedrunning history. It's a really good way of showcasing it. And I love the detail of the 11, which for those who don't know, when Britshaw ran Peggle Deluxe at GDQ back in 2023, there was a glitch that happened where the timer stayed paused right on 11 for an extended period of time, so that became kind of a meme.
Yeah, I also really like the opening slide and just
Yeah.
I like the circle too.
Yeah.
No, I miss.
I feel like with some of these levels for this pack, it's like the slides, you can tell that people made it to where it'd be easier to do the slides as opposed to the like regular original Peggle games where you kind of have to nudge it in the right way to make a proper slide. These ones you can tell like people had the slides in mind, if that makes sense. Now this one, I don't know if you read the description, if it was mentioned or not. I'm curious if you know what these backgrounds are from, because when I played, I initially had no idea.
No. I have no idea either.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it becomes a bit more clear later on, but
Okay.
yeah, it's from a franchise that I'm kind of familiar with, but I admittedly didn't know a whole lot about. But yeah, if I remember correctly, these were designed by Panaha, so he's especially good at doing levels that feel like proper, like official Peggle levels. So you'll be seeing that throughout this one for sure. Okay, well done.
Oh, hold on. Dark Souls.
Yeah. I've only played like a little bit of Dark Souls. I never actually had it. I just played it a little while back when I was in college, and I've seen other people play it, like on stream, but when it comes to the world of Dark Souls, I don't really know a whole lot, but that being said, there's still like really nice backgrounds, and I really like the artwork that was chosen for it.
I believe I've spent more time in the Dark Souls character creator than in the game Dark Souls.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like that was... I think back when I played Skyrim, I would do that, where I would focus more on just like designing a character and walking around rather than doing actual plot or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you see we're getting more into like the mechanics of moving pegs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good moving peg layer.
Yeah.
I feel like in the original games, you get really annoying moving pegs.
Yeah. These are like...
Yeah, these ones... Yeah. They're just nice.
Yeah. They're a cool design, but also not like invasive to when you're trying to run the game, and like a peg will get just in the way in a way you don't expect. This is a nice way of doing it. Nice. Going through these levels pretty well, which makes sense considering you're one of the absolute best at Peggle.
Well, it's a different game though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of nice little slides on this one as well.
Yeah, more slides. Lots of slides so far.
Yeah. Really like the detail of the... I like pegs that move in like a really subtle way, especially, and this is a good example of that, the way that there's some that move along with the fire on the illustration in this one.
Yes, slow moving pegs are very nice because you can still like aim them into the bucket and stuff like that, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when they're that far below, I feel like those are the best ones to free ball with. Nice. Okay. And that means we have one more Dark Souls level. I need to read the actual like dialogue too. When I did my initial first run, I skimmed through it, but like whenever I play it casually, I know that there was a ton of writing that went into this game, as well as obviously the designs and everything, so I gotta check out all that. Yeah. It's definitely like, there's so much content in this, it genuinely feels like a new full game, which is really cool, and it's really nice that it's like a totally free thing. As long as you have Peggle Knights, you can install it, and it's very easy to install. Like, I remember when I would try to install mods in games and I would be overwhelmed with trying to figure it out, but this one is just like, you change one file in the base game and you're ready to play a full new thing of Peggle. Nice. It's a really good shot. And now, let's see, what's after this? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Interesting, because I think I know the most about Fevers, so I'm still kind of like, okay, yeah, next we have Renfield. These are fun levels.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah. One thing I love about this is that there's little changes to the actual masters themselves as well. Like with Renfield, you can see this is like a more evil version of him, which is fitting because this is nice Renfield, so him being a villain would make sense. These are really nice illustrated backgrounds as well. I hope I am right. If I'm wrong, I'm going to feel bad. I'm pretty sure these were illustrated by Pasta, but I'm pretty sure they were.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't want to credit the wrong people. But yeah. There was trying to remember. I believe there was at least 10 people involved in the making of this, including, we'll see later. Oh, I don't know if you know this detail or not. You might already, but I'll save it for now until we get to the level. But
Okay.
there was a special guest that made one of these levels, which was a cool surprise. Okay. Nice.
While we have a moment,
Yeah. Oh, you're good to say anything. If you have any announcements or anything to make, feel free.
Well,
Oh, that was nice. Okay. Pretty good. Oh, I just saw in chat somebody just raided. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, it's Peter. Hey. I know you from because of Satan, because of Plants vs. Zombies. Good to see you. We are currently doing a Peggle themed marathon event all day today, raising money for ACLU. I suppose I could try to explain it, but I'm not the best at explaining kinds of things, so happy if you would like to explain what we are doing, feel free. Like more specifically, like what cause we're raising for.
Also happy you're muted if you don't
I didn't know I was muted. I thought I was
Oh.
talking.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
So sorry. Did you hear me read that last donation?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well,
I'm so
we have a donation. We have a $50 anonymous donation with no
Oh,
comment.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Incredibly generous. Thank you so much, Anonymous. I did a whole funny bit about it, and I thought y'all heard it. You did not. I'm so sorry. But yes, thank you so much for that, Anonymous. That puts us over that $225 that we were looking for the bonus fast forward full clears.
Yeah,
So
thank you so
Polypie, you are
much.
doing those for sure.
Nice. That's gonna be a very fun one as well. That's a very chaotic run to see. It'll be very fun to watch if you're not familiar with how it's formatted.
Yeah, but don't worry, that is not the last milestone. Your donations can still unlock more Pegglethon because we have the second bonus run, the Holidays 08 Any percent run at the very end of the marathon. That will be performed by Stir Fry if we break $300 by the end of the day.
Nice. Yeah, these are pretty straightforward levels. I like more gothic art styles and stuff like that, so this is a nice treat to have some kind of like more horror themed kind of Peggle levels. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Quite predictably, you're flying through these pretty well.
yeah, all these levels feel smooth. I haven't really had to think too hard yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, like later on in the run, there's definitely going to be some curveballs coming, which
Yeah.
I'm very excited for you to see for the first time.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just
Yeah, again, I really like the subtly moving pegs throughout a lot of these levels. They're always a nice little detail that add a bit more life into every level. Okay, let's see what Renfield does. I don't know how much he could do over
Renfield's
there.
so bad.
Yeah, that's you got your free ball, but yeah, okay. Nice. Then. Okay. And then, just like that, we're done with the Renfield levels, and then who be next after that? Here's the thing, I don't even play Knights as much as
Yeah.
Deluxe, so I can't remember the Master Order, so if I remember who the Master is after, I think it's Cat, so it would be,
Oh, that's very endearing.
yeah. Yeah, there.
June. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That was another one
like that.
initially I didn't quite.
No, not the Dune joke.
Yeah.
I saw the like thing, and I don't Dune enough to know what it's called, but the like nose thing, and I was like,
yeah.
does he always have? No, come on.
Yeah, I haven't. I keep meaning to get around to Dune, but I only know it through like references. It's similar to Dark Souls, where I've seen like some stuff by proxy, but a lot of it. But for me, that makes a lot of these levels like even more fun because I just see these backgrounds with no context, and like just earlier, the visual of Cat Tut being a character in Dune is a very funny thing to see.
Might be in trouble here.
Yeah, this one's
I don't like
looking
this.
a little dicey.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Power of
Ah.
Recurrent.
yeah. Great for last second reprieves. Oh, okay. It's looking more doable now. Oh. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now you got it. Nice.
Ooh, I just received word that we have another bonus incentive open.
Oh.
If we reach $400, we will open up a raffle for a copy of the Peggle DS game Dual Shot,
Oh.
as
That's
well as
awesome.
a set of Peggle Pride buttons from Satan's merch store.
That's cool.
That's stacked, honestly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a really cool thing. I just recently, well, it's been a little bit, but I have gotten Dual Shot a while ago, and it's a very fun, like, alternate version of Peggle. So that's a really cool prize. I'll probably, well, I was about to say I'd donate for that, but I already got it, so, but I'm gonna donate regardless. Anyways. Let's see. There's another one. It's looking a little bit dicey, but
I think it's just Cat Tut being bad.
yeah, that's
Yeah. Oh, come
often the case whenever there's a set of cat levels. Nice. Yeah. Thinking if you just jammed it in there, you get those last three. Nice. These are fun level backgrounds, but at the same time, I wish I could like talk about Dune, but I just don't know enough about it. But I do like the way that the
Well.
pegs, they're very creative design choices, like lining up the pegs in this kind of way.
This is pretty cool sandworm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Nice. Nice pyramid pickup from Cat there. Although he doesn't look like you really need it. It should be pretty straightforward from here on out. Nice. Now. Pretty good. Very interesting set of levels. It kind of reminds me of the WoW level with those specific kinds of lines. A very nice satisfying slide earlier. Okay. Oh, it's a nice pick up there. Once again, I don't know the full context of this background. I remember seeing it initially and thinking he was doing some kind of skiing, but it looks like he's riding one of the sandworms, if I had to guess.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically skiing.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, it's a bit close, but I think, yeah, if you get those two moving oranges. Ooh. Oh, cat.
Like
Okay,
this.
nice. Okay, there we go. And we have one more cat level. And, yep, there are those sandworms again. This is the first one, I believe, that utilizes a portal mechanic, as you can see in the very center of that one worm's mouth. Yep,
That's cool. I like that
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
that's a very fun one. A lot of really creative things throughout all these 60 levels. There's also 60 challenges as well, which I've only done a few of them as of now, but there's some very creative ones in there, which I would recommend, even after this run is over, checking them out on your own. They're very unique because some of them utilize elements of the original Peggle that were actually scrapped, which is very interesting, like old conceptual master abilities that were not completed. So there's a lot of like weird physics breaking stuff in some of the levels. Oh, very nice. And we move from, okay, let me go in the,
You think I can do this no fail?
oh, yeah, maybe. There's some levels where I'm not totally sure, but
Yeah.
I think it's possible.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to remember how many times I failed. I think it was
my
only
God.
a couple.
Not the
Oh.
Stuart Little levels.
Yeah. Another common meme, Stuart.
What? So you're telling me Panaha didn't make these levels?
Ah. God, I wish I could remember. I'd have to look at the credits of who did what, but yeah, I feel like this had to have been Panaha. Just such an iconic thing with him. Again, very nice level layout. It's a very chaotic one, but like in a fun way. There's a lot of interesting little slides and stuff like that. Nice. Making a little room there, although it's still... Yeah. Gonna have to go for a couple of free balls. Nice. And then...
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, this one's...
I messed it up.
Oh dear. Nice. Nice.
Those are always so impressive to me.
Yeah.
Somebody who has only
nice.
played Peggle casually and tried that and failed many, many times.
Yeah. It takes a ton of practice to get
It's
a
stressful.
handle of how to line those up just right. I can kind of do it sort of consistently, but like it's very hard to do it in such a way, especially when the pegs aren't just normal circular pegs, when you have to deal with the angles of some weirder structured pegs. Again, I like, along with the actual levels being edited and the masters being edited, there's little UI elements that change too, as you can see by the two Stewarts on the top left and top right. That's also a very fun detail.
Ah, yeah.
Nice. I don't think I ever played any of the... These are obviously from the Stuart Little video game, but I only ever had the one on the Game Boy, I think, so this is once again seeing a bunch of wild images without context.
Nice.
Okay.
Very dramatic image. Once again, a pretty straightforward one. I'm assuming these are Stuart's parents, but I've only ever seen, I think, the first and second movie like a while back. I'm going to check very quickly to see who made what, because I feel bad that I'm not properly crediting
Yeah.
people. So if I'm silent for a second, I will keep looking though. Oh, this is another, like, this still in particular I feel like is very prominent in the Peggle community. It's another classic Peggle format where there's just a big chunk of moving pegs right in the middle to figure out. Okay, so I got it pulled up. I'm gonna go through everybody very quickly because I want to give proper credit because everybody did such a good job. The Bjorn stage, that was Satan, Mindia, and Panaha. Then the Jimmy stage was just Panaha. And then the Renfield stage was Lie Pasta. The Cat Tut stage was Poetry. I should have guessed that. I know he likes to. And then this stage was Mindia. So I'll keep going through those as we go along. Should have had that open before. That was on me. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, a lot of very creative people went into making these. And I love that so much of it is like referential in all sorts of funny moments and throughout the community.
Yeah, someone who hasn't made a single level, it impresses me a lot.
Yeah. I've tried myself and it's like very finicky to figure out at first, but this is like very inspirational to me. I want to like try making more levels like these at some point. Alright. I wish we had a closer high quality image of that Stuart specifically. Like that specific grin that he's doing is very funny. Okay. And next up, who's after Splark? That would be, yes, Claude. Okay. So.
French Claude, I guess.
Yeah. He's actually going to be going international for his set of levels in this one.
This reminds me of the Claude levels on Knights, actually.
Yeah. This one, with those
yeah.
little arches, makes me think of the one where he's going into the ocean.
So, I don't know if I'm allowed to pick favorites before I've played through the games, but between the pinball mechanic, the being a crustacean, and the kaiju destruction of France that I heard so much about,
Yeah.
I think I've got a favorite.
Yeah. Claude is very fun. Like, I would say he's a fan favorite in the community, even though sometimes for speedrunning his pinball ability isn't the best, but I feel like he has some of the most like charm out of a lot of the masters. Yeah, there's actually Any George in the community. He somewhat recently developed a full like pinball version of Peggle, essentially.
Ooh,
It was essentially. I believe it came
Oh,
up
yeah.
earlier, maybe, where it's like the ball bucket is covered and it's the cinder ball, which, is the one that goes straight through the pegs and the flippers are on.
Yeah.
And it's more of like a point-based system rather than clearing all the levels a lot of the time. So I would recommend that as well. That's another one you can get for free on
Sounds
if you have
great.
Peggle Nights. Yeah.
I am a sucker for a good pinball.
Yeah.
I will warn, it's very hard. I played
Yeah.
it.
Trying to
It's
remember what mine time
basically,
was.
yeah.
It was like 3-ish hours probably. But yeah, it's a very unique take on this kind of Peggle format. And it also shows just how creative people can be, not just with designing levels, but just designing new mechanics in this engine altogether. Okay, well done. Yeah, as you can see, all these levels are different landmarks. I forgot the name of it. I believe it's Lithuanian, because I think that's a Lithuanian flag. Shout out to Whale 11.
Yeah.
Let's go Lithuania.
Yeah.
Gotta be one of my favorite Wanias.
It's a pretty good one. This one, by the way, the levels were created by Poetry Stud, Grow, and Midea. So I feel like that's one of Poetry's main niches, is designing levels that are different landmarks. I know recently he did a pack that was a wide variety of locations in Spain, which I need to check out at some point.
Ooh.
But yeah, I like the ones that I like a lot of these levels in general, especially the ones that use like original art and stuff. But I do like the creative takes of doing Peggle layouts that are based on real life photos. Those are very fun. I know Panaha also has one where it's, again, speaking of taking Peggle's mechanics and making a new thing out of them, he designed like a puzzle-based pack. It's called, I'll probably butcher the name. It's like Panaha pointing at things, and it's just pictures of him in real life pointing at different things, and like using the context of the images, you have to figure out like what masters to use for getting this specific peg and this specific weirdly structured level.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
One of
really
the-
creative people in the community.
It's one of the greatest things I've played in Peggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another really good level. This is makes me think of. It's not. Oh, sorry, lag for a second. Makes me think of the Doug Doug community. How that was kind of a meme with the Rio de Janeiro statue. I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if it was just keeping with the international theme, but it's just fun to see all these different like connections to Peggle throughout this entire pack, whether intentional or not. Okay. Ooh, kind of a tricky one, but you get one more. Nice. Then every time I see that helix, I get flashbacks to the deluxe final level, even though it's obviously not structured the same.
Oh, I didn't even see these.
Oh yeah, the ports. I forgot about them as well. I believe. I know one. Yeah, it like teleports right at the top like that. I forgot about those. They're kind of camouflaged in the back with the plants right by them. Okay. Another kind of dicey one, but I think you can get 2 oranges in one here. Although those blues at the top are going to be kind of a hindrance. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of timing. Oh, okay. I think you'll be good as long as There's a decent enough window in between. Nice. And that one should be easy, I think. Ooh. There we go. Well done. And then after Claude, we have
What?
Brian.
Why
those
is
who don't know.
Brian Schuller? Okay.
Yeah. Brian, one of the main people behind creating the original Peggle Deluxe. He's dipped into the community a couple of times. After the GDQ run, he met up in the Peggle Discord and talked a little bit about the game and provided some like behind the scenes stuff about it, which was very cool. He's generally like a very chill person. And these are all levels that are in kind of a meta way. They're all other different PopCap games besides Peggle. This one, I'm pretty sure it entirely was by Britcha. Yes, it was all by Britcha. This one, of course, is being in reference to Chuzzle, which is another PopCap game, which I've seen some people run. It's kind of similar to Bejeweled, if I remember correctly. It's kind of reminiscent of those match 3 kind of games. I remember it being pretty fun to play casually when I was younger, and I played other different little PopCap games.
Chat, tell me your favorite PopCap game in a donation,
question.
and also tell me why it's Insane Aquarium.
Yeah. Well, I got
While
good
you're
news
at
for you.
Popular opinion?
Yeah. There we go. Duel, as always, pretty useful in Peggle Knights, especially because you can get those last two. Okay, now we have. Yeah, that's a very nice detail. This one is one that I've never played, but I've seen, like, I believe it was Britcha and Narcolepsy did a run together of it, the infamous burger shop. I really like the detail. Again, like, there's a lot of creativity with the moving pegs, especially. I like how it looks like they're running down the conveyor belt. That's a very nice detail. Yeah. Trying to remember the whole thing in this game is that it's different food items and you're trying to fill out the right orders. Kind of reminds me of like Diner Dash or something like that. So the way that Britcha was able to like take these pegs and have them kind of behave in the same mechanics as the original PopCap games is a very fun idea. All right. Nice. Now,
Yes.
yeah, this is a game I've tried like casually running like offline, and like the original Zuma is like very hard to run because it's one of those like if you fail it, you basically start over, and it's like very quick and intense. But it seems like it'd be a very fun one to do. And again, the creativity of having the pegs run like how the balls in Zuma run is a very fun idea. It's looking a bit close, but that's the thing when it's like literally all the pegs are moving, it can be kind of hard to piece together what to do. But...
Well,
Ooh.
we did receive a $10 donation
Oh, nice.
from royalty themselves, Satan herself.
Oh, hey.
A $10 donation that says, I'm sure everyone's wondering what my favorite PopCap game is.
Yeah.
It's Peggle.
Yeah.
Plants vs. Zombies is a very close second, though. Y'all are doing amazing on mic, polypies. I can't believe you're doing this blind. Let's get that bonus run. Let's get all the bonuses, indeed. We are only $33 away from getting that bonus Holidays 08 any percent run, and then another 100 from there. And every single person who donates will be entered into a raffle to win the Peggle DS game and some merch from Satan herself.
I just looked on the Discord. There's some pictures of the buns, and they look very cute. So I would
They're
definitely
adorable.
recommend donating for them. And speaking of Insane Aquarium, as you mentioned earlier, here's the Insane Aquarium level, which is a very fun one. Especially like
Let's
levels
go.
that utilize. Yeah, I love levels that utilize these like actual moving images as well as moving pegs. So this is a fun one. I'll see if it happens. I don't know if you noticed already, Polly. I didn't see yet, but there's some fish that behave differently when the ball comes into contact with them.
Oh, I can test that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you should be safe too.
This one gonna eat. Okay.
I believe. Oh, almost. Try with Gus down there at the bottom. Okay. If I recall correctly, like, especially with the one fish at the very bottom, Gus, I believe that's his name. Like, if the ball comes into contact with it, then the ball just automatically disappears. So that adds another element of strategy.
Okay.
Yeah, this is.
Peggle and Peggle.
Yeah, it's very meta. And also very confusing. It's like basically the halfway mark, and you see the end credits. Like, my brain, having played Deluxe so much, it genuinely gets confused whenever I see this. I'm just like, wait, where am I? And as you can see, the name in the middle, Brian, right there. Definitely homage to him. He's always been like a really chill, awesome part of the community. Let's see. Pretty good. I like the one peg right over Cat's nose. That's a fun detail whenever there's a peg overlapping with somebody's nose or eyes. Alright. Nice. Well done. So that was Tula Sages, and now we move over to... I have my notes up now, so I can actually say before he comes up, we have Cinder. So, his levels are all,
Okay.
as you can see, Mario themed, yeah. This one was created by Mindia. I feel like Mindia's, like, main style is having a lot of, like, pegs in a certain level. It's a very fun, like, chaotic way of playing. I also like this little element of the little, almost like bounce pad kind of thing that he has at the bottom there. And as you can see, there's the Cinder shot. Another one that's tricky to do, but once you get it, it can be like super useful whenever you have Cinder for certain levels, especially like, as I said, with these kinds of levels that have way more pegs and are way more compact. It can be very helpful if you time it right with the bucket. I believe. Happy if you have any announcements to make or any messages. I think now would be a good time too, while we do a couple of these Cinder ones.
Absolutely. I would be ecstatic to. I just want to remind folks who may be on the fence, considering donating, but not sure where the money's going, and let them know that we are raising money today for the American Civil Liberties Union, or the ACLU. The ACLU is a nonprofit, nonpartisan public interest law firm operating in the United States that represents clients whose constitutional rights have been violated. The ACLU dares to create a more perfect union beyond one person, party, or side. Their mission is to realize this promise of the United States Constitution for all and expand the reach of its guarantees. They do lots of direct legal work. One of the very valuable things ACLU does is helping to get representation in court for folks who are facing civil liberties violations but are maybe unable to afford legal counsel. So I think that is one of the more like direct, concrete things that they do that's really valuable and really helpful. And you know, it feels good to know that when you donate to something, your money is going directly towards some sort of boots on the ground, like actionable thing, and I think the ACLU does a lot of very concrete, actionable work, which is nice.
They're a really nice cause. Like, I've helped like sign different petitions and stuff like that that they've helped make, and they're really good with doing like they have like local divisions. So there's one that's in my general area of the US that I'll often like go to keep track of any kind of like certain things that I could do to like help my community. So they're a really nice cause for that. So still on Cinder, these are pretty straightforward levels, I would say. Again, I really like the detail of the moving pegs around the waterfall. It's a fun idea. As you can see, they're all like Mario Kart specific levels rather than just being Mario generally. What have you been thinking of the levels so far?
Yeah, these levels are great for Cinder.
Yeah.
Because you actually have to utilize Cinder like in a good way because of the density. I
Right.
like that.
Right. And just like that, we're already on the final one. This is another very interesting layout.
Oh, it's bouncy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one thing I love about like fan-made levels is that there's little mechanics like that that are a surprise at first, but once you see them, they're a fun thing to work with in the level. Right? Nice. Just like that, we're done with Cinder, and we will be moving on to another, I would say, a fan favorite character in the world of Peggle, Warren. His set of levels are very interesting. Let's go gambling.
Yep.
Another fun little UI change there for the triple score. As you can see, these are all Cuphead levels. I played a little bit of Cuphead, but not as much as I would have liked to, because it's been very fun whenever I played it. This set of levels was done by Grow, and what he's done, like this pack, I feel like is when especially when some crazy stuff is about to happen, so I look forward to seeing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice.
This is
Ooh.
really bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Couple of nice little bundles of orange that could help, but...
Well-
Oh, ah. Mm. Nice. Very good free balls here. Oh. Should have kept my mouth shut.
Okay.
Yeah, those last three are gonna be tricky.
What do I do here?
Yeah. And of course, the purple's all the way over there. That's unfortunate. Oh, okay. That's a much more ideal spot. Nice.
I
Yeah.
wanna just risk it.
Fingers crossed,
No.
please. Ah, just one more blue.
Wow.
That's still a really solid run, though. That's, I believe, your first fail, right?
Yeah.
Making it all the way to 9-1. That's pretty impressive for a game that you're going through blind. This one's looking much more doable. Nice. Up. See what Renfield would do here. Well,
Oh.
okay. Well, you got one of them. we go. Oh, let's go gambling. I forgot that was the title of one of them. Okay, interesting place for a space blast. Why was that hard to say? Anyways, this is one of my favorite little subtle designs of all the levels, is the hand of one of the Cuphead characters throwing a little Peggle die, which I think that's a fun little detail. Oh, triple score? Let's see, not ideal for triple score, but no well. Once again, pegs over the eyes, always a fun little detail. Especially for like a skeleton character like that, I think that's perfect because it like gives him pupils essentially. All right. Okay. Oh. Another pretty straightforward level. I believe the next one is like another one of my favorite general designs. Unless there's one in between it. Let me be sure. Oh, okay. One more after this one. This one is neat too, though. Like, obviously, that's very fun slide. Oh, yeah. Nice little bounce there. I like the pegs kind of working along with the text on the right, too. Right. Nice little long shot. Oh. Okay. And see, quite a bit of blues in the way, but oh, that was nice jamming it right in there. And Flippers is actually might be able to jam it in there.
Do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
Nice. Thinking that'd be a good spot. You just had to like get it in just the right way to set it, get it going. And nice. Okay, this next one is one of my favorite layouts as well. Yeah. As somebody, I've only dipped into the Peggle level editor by Intel Orca a little bit, and I'm genuinely not sure how they did this. It's very interesting. So like have it loop in this way and have its own like kind of physics with it. It's a very neat idea. This is like one of the more, like one of the really inspirational looking ones where I'm like, I want to try to figure out how to do this. And this next level, I think, it's one you're gonna have to, it's gonna take a second to process it. I feel like it's the first like major, like, wait, what's going on kind of level. I recommend like not just kind of basking in it at first.
What?
It's I don't know how to word it. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. I didn't
And
even know.
Yeah. Again,
Are
I
they
don't
gonna
know
be
how
more-
this works, but
Are they
and
gonna
then-
be more? Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a part 1, part 2 kind of deal. It's a very interesting level layout. Again, I don't know how you get this to work, but it's very cool. And you'll see a little bit more of that later on as well, especially closer to the end game. Oh, another magic hat. Nice. Yeah. Oh, okay, nice. That was a very lucky one. Oh. And flower power. Okay, well done. Or, well, yeah. I thought you only had one ball left, but as long as you timed it right, that would have been fine. Okay, and we go from Warren to getting pretty close to the end. We move over to Who, the owl. So yeah, this is him just kind of
Very
relaxing on a vacation, similar to Claude. Yeah.
Sorry, this is who?
Yes.
Mm.
That's he's also on first.
Ah.
Anyways, I'll have to. I don't remember the full context for these backgrounds, but they're different nature backgrounds. I'm trying to pull up who made this one, but I lost it. Yeah, I should have guessed. It's Panaha. That would make sense. He did a lot of really nice little scenic winter scenes in the background, which is especially fitting for December. I'll have to figure out what the full context are for some of the images. They're just like really beautiful pictures. I don't know if... Dang. I think he took at least some of them. I can definitely see him doing that because he lives in a very nice area of Finland. So he always has like really nice, beautiful nature photos. This one I think is just a general background. Like an illustration. This is a very interesting set of moving pigs. Like I remember initially trying to like jam them in between and try to get them to bounce with each other, but the timing of it is kind of weird. But luckily, since these are Who levels, he can kind of do that more easily. Nice. That should be pretty easy. Oh. Oh. Oh, Homa. Still a really good shot. Made enough room there. Yeah. Another very nice illustration, I believe. I believe now, since we have this level, a couple of other ones for Who, if we have any announcements or any messages, now would be a good time.
I suppose I could find an announcement or a message or two.
Okay.
Like, did you know that this is Pegglethon? That's right. It's Pegglethon. Peggle for Charity 2024, the Pegglethon, is a charity event benefiting the ACLU that features the most creative, wacky, and exciting speedruns that Peggle has to offer. From fan-made content like this, to bingo, to races, Pegglethon is about raising funds while having fun. And we have been raising funds and having fun. At least I'm having fun. Peggle is so enchanting to watch. Like I get sucked into it and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm also hosting right now. Like, it's so easy to just get lost in it for some reason. I love it.
It's very fun to like see all the creative things that... Oh, yeah. Another like very interesting little mechanic here.
How? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing that took me a second to figure out. Also, I was looking at chat. My chat wasn't working for some reason. It was like paused for a while. But Sane was saying that all of these are like different pieces of Finnish landscape from Panaha. So I think they're really cool background choices. And again, very interesting mechanic choices. This is kind of reminiscent of what I was talking about earlier, that level pack where it's images of him pointing at things and you have to kind of figure out these very out-of-the-box Peggle mechanics to figure out different stages. So, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, this is another weird one. You can tell this is a good one for Who, because he can do... His AI can do some very weird stuff if you time it right. Kind of reminiscent of the Cinder level in Deluxe too, the Donuts level, as I feel most people call it.
Yeah.
This is a
one of
very
my favorite
interesting take on
levels.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, as you can see, Who can do weird stuff. It's very interesting to see like fan-made Peggle levels that use like a lot of pegs moving in this weird way like this. When you use Who, it's like I don't know how it does what it does. There's one challenge in this. I don't think we get to it, but later on, there's one utilizing this where I think they go even faster. So you have to figure out the timing with that. Yeah, just a couple more, and then we will move on to Marina, which will be the second to last one before we get to the Masters. And, oh, nice ball shot. Actually trying to remember Marina's theme. Oh, right. Nemo. Makes sense. Similar to Stuart Little, another thing from my childhood, but it's been a little while, so some of these images I don't remember. This one was done by, oh, fittingly, Whale 11.
Have you seen the halal movie night meme?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
It's just like a piece of paper printed out on a bulletin board as if it's like at a college and like upcoming events board. And it's like a Microsoft Word art, graphic design is my passion poster that says Halal Family Movie Night, Finding Nemo 2, Inshallah they find him. And I think about it a lot.
Oh, I see.
Particularly when Finding Nemo comes up.
Yeah. Kind of looks like Gerald the Fish, that stretch picture of Nemo in it.
Little, doesn't it?
Yeah. And the picture of, what's his name? The little character from, what is it? Diary of a Wimpy Kid at the very top of it. They're really good.
So good.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I just saw you like it. Yeah. That's a really good one. Now I want to see just for fun if I remake a level, if I can replace Gerald with that fish. That'd be fun.
So you're saying we need another community levels pack?
Yeah, I'm down. I hope a lot more people like pick up the actual Peggle level editor and like make their own different levels. Because I still need to get used to learning it, but I feel like once I get past that initial learning curve of it, it'll be like really fun to just like constantly be making levels. Like how Mindia has so many packs that he's come up with that are so cool. And nice. I feel like with these ones, Marina is especially useful with the way that some of these pegs are formatted.
Yeah, I really do like Marina. It's a shame it's not in Deluxe,
Yeah.
but I just played Deluxe, so.
Oh yeah, Zane mentioned in chat that Marina is one of the characters that are on the Pride buttons that we're going to be giving away. That's a whole thing also in the community, is that we have a lot of headcanons for like the sexualities of a lot of the different masters, like Marina is bi and Warren is gay is like the most popular one, I think, out of all of them. Let's see, where are the pictures of the
Warren
buttons?
is objectively gay though.
Yeah, he's
Like, even as a non-community member, like
yeah.
I
Yeah.
hung out with Warren in high school. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that precise brand, and Warren's got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's the emotes as well.
They're so good.
Oh yeah, there's also the headcanon that Jimmy is what would it be, FTM trans, that's another one. And then Spork would be Ace, and then Tula is a lesbian, I believe. I don't know if there's anyone besides that. I'm looking at Sane's emote. She has a bunch of them that are different pride emotes. Yep, there they are. Nice. Another fun one where it's just a big circle of spinning pegs to figure out. Kind of reminds me of I always call it the bowling level of Deluxe, that kind of look, although this time a lot more intricate. Nice. Good use of Marina. Should be pretty straightforward now. Just gotta time things a bit right. Nice. And I really like the choices of the illustrations. I don't know where these came from specifically from Finding Nemo, but I think they're really nice design. Very reminiscent of the Merida underwater levels.
Yeah, and the peg design itself feels fair, but it matches nicely with the background.
Yeah, I like the line of... Whoa, sorry, dropped something on my desk. There's a line of the pegs coinciding with his teeth, which I think is a nice detail without it being like too intrusive to the actual level. Now, after this one, we're going to get to the master levels, which of course is where you can choose any master you want to, and once again, the backgrounds for it are very interesting in the mechanics of it. There's some very creative things that were done.
Which masters should I choose?
I don't know. I remember what I did.
I would just choose Cinder every level. It's kind of
I feel like I went back and forth between like, So this level, as I teased before, there being a celebrity guest level, this level was made by the previously mentioned Brian. He actually helped contribute to making a level for this game, so this is an actual one made by one of the original Peggle creators. Yeah, it's a very neat little level. I think it's in reference to him saying, like, people always say that the level Zen Frog in Peggle is like the hardest level, and it's like very like risky and hard to do, and his response to it was just, you have to be Zen. So this was his kind of level inspired by that statement, which is genuinely accurate as somebody who's tried and failed Zen Frog so many times. No. Either very yeah.
Okay. I can't just like. No.
Yeah, the slides in this one are a bit more tricky to figure out.
There we go. Easy. Stage, I'll go through it really quickly. The master stages, predictably, were made by the most people. That was Brian, Poetry, Mindea, Brassbeat, and Panaha.
These are very neat little illustrations in the background as well. It's a nice kind of minimalistic style. Yeah, that one orange isn't a weird one, but yeah, I think you can ricochet it like that. Nice. Ooh, almost got another one.
Wow, they just keep
There we
going
go.
in the bucket.
Oh, nice. And then got another
Okay, well,
minimalistic looking one.
we'll
This
use
one I remember
yours.
being kind of tricky. Yeah. Again, very interesting use. Oh, nice.
Wow, that was planned.
Yeah. Nice. Reminds me of the quote-unquote water break you would get on some levels, but that's kind of like a nice quick one that gets a good amount. I guess while we're about to wrap up and we're reaching the final level, if there's anything left to announce or any other messages before we get to the very end, now would be a good time.
Well, have I got news for you?
Oh.
There are messages. There's always something to talk about at Pegglethon, right?
Yeah.
Like how we've got another polypies run coming up, and thanks to you lovely people, we have another polypies run after that with those fast forwarded full clears that we unlocked.
Nice.
Yeah, that run's gonna be quite wild.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
We can get even more Pegglethon if we hit $300, get that second bonus run for the holidays 08 any percent run.
Yeah.
That will extend Peggle. Hear me out, folks. There's a 20-minute estimate on that holidays 08. Right? And we're what? $33 away from hitting 300. So like even if let's err on the side of conservatism here and say $40 left, right? That's like $5 per 4 minutes or something like that, right? The
Yeah,
point
something.
is, it's good math, right? It's good bang for your buck. The amount of Pegglethon you get per dollar donated is pretty impressive.
Oh, I just saw in chat, sir. Also, they said that they'll let chat choose their master for each level.
Ooh,
So that'll be especially interesting.
maybe get a little bid war set up.
Yeah. That'll be a fun one. Holidays
Okay.
08 is
Love
a
that.
very
That's really
unique
fun.
pack. Yeah. Speaking of unique, this is a very interesting mechanic for the second to last level. So yeah, those pegs at the top, if you can tell, they're just grayed out and they don't do anything. They're just like decoy pegs essentially. So you have to kind of figure out the level based on working your way around all of them. Oh. Marina is definitely a good choice here. Oh, nice timing. Oh, that moving peg will make it a little bit more difficult, but nice. Got a solid line there. It's gonna be a bit tricky. You gotta, the rim of it.
We'll see. I can't really. The fake pegs are in the way.
Right. I remember when I did my one run, it was like, oh, nice.
Off land, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of a tricky one to get the free ball timing with because you have to deal with a bunch of fake ones.
No, we're gonna
Yeah.
use food instead.
Yeah, I remember this one was definitely one that I failed. Also, I saw thanks BRC for the raid. We're doing a very fun Peggle Marathon right now, raising money for ACLU.
That's the American Civil Liberties Union.
Yeah.
Or ACLU, as the kids call it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now we're doing, Polypies is doing a full run of the newly released modded full-length Peggle game that was created by a bunch of people in the Peggle community called Peggle Fevers. he's about to reach the end of it. He's playing it completely blind, by the way. He only seen like little sections of the game, but throughout this whole time, he doesn't know about a lot of the wild things that the community has come up with. And okay, this
Yeah, it's been really good fun. It's been great. Like, just honestly,
Yeah.
it feels like playing Deluxe, just with like
Yeah.
slightly upgraded mechanics.
Yeah, there's a lot
which
of
is cool.
nice moments. Yeah, it really does feel like a sort of spiritual sequel to the game, which is really cool. Oh, okay, and now we're on to the final level, which is one of the craziest ones. So once again, brace yourself for it.
Okay,
Stay silent for now, but
something's gonna happen.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah. So it's essentially 2 levels in one, and it's, as you can see by the hourglass, it's like timed, so there's a lot of extra strategy added to it.
Yeah, and my cinder shot is locked off on the side. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've only done a
Right,
playthrough of it
I'm
once.
gonna
I'm still not sure which master is best for it, honestly. As you can see, the illustration in the background shows everybody who's contributed to making this full mod, which is very cool. Nice slide there. But yeah. Once again, this is something that just kind of flipped me on my head when I first did it, and it was it's interesting trying to figure out like what's the best strategy of what to do. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll get stuck enough to get another ball. Oh, okay, so that's one pre-ball. Nice. Still gonna be pretty close
yeah.
though. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Ah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll use Chula.
Hmm.
Give some Chula love.
Yeah. I think she's usually a pretty safe call for most levels just because of her power, but yeah, I'm still not totally sure what would be best for here. I remember watching friend of Doug Parkser. He did like a blind playthrough of it, and he did something which I didn't really think about, was that maybe the call is cat tut, because the way that the pyramid moves, it'll sometimes get stuck and it will like it extend the amount of time, so you could hypothetically get more with your shot, but I'm not quite sure how the timing of that would work. But yeah, I think Tula's a pretty safe bet generally, so. But yeah, there's no shame in failing this one at first, because it took a little bit for me to figure out.
Yeah, the fact that we had, what, 2 deaths the entire run is
Yeah.
astonishing.
That shows how talented Polypies is at this, that he went through this whole game, like, blind mostly, and was able to do what he did. Okay.
Oh,
Looking
I
pretty
thought that
good.
was going to
And
go over and get one more, and I was like, dang.
yeah.
Absolutely intentional. Calculated.
Okay. And then
Wait for it. Okay.
nice.
Mm, mm.
And that would be time. Yeah. Well done. GG.
GG's.
Highly recommend playing this whole mod for yourself. It's so much fun if you love Peggle. Like, it's such a, like, labor of love that so many people put into. There's also, as you can see here, there's custom end credits as well, so you can see everybody who was a part of making it.
Well,
Which again, I don't even know how you did this, but it's very cool.
luckily, this amazing duo of Polypies and Mannequin are hanging around for the next 2 runs, so I won't make you do a sign off just to come back on. That would be silly. I am leaving for the evening. I will see you all in chat. I'll be hanging out. Thanks for letting me chill with y'all. But we will get on over to setup, and we will see y'all in a second chat with Polypies again and Mannequin again. It's going to be great. So don't touch that dial.